Hello, Algebra 1 World. In this video, I'm going to be talking about linear inequalities. Okay, so don't forget the word linear. Really, just talking about line. If you get rid of the AR, we're dealing with line inequalities. Before, back in 2 units ago, back in Unit 2, when we were solving equations and inequalities, you guys may have had an answer like this: x is less than 3, not equal to 3. So we would have an open circle, and less than is everything to the left, because these are the numbers below 3. We have like 2, 1, 0, -1, all the numbers below 3. Notice I have x less than 3. This kind of acts like our x-axis. X-axis goes left and right. So instead, today, you'll have something that's like y is less than 2x plus 2, or something like that. So you're going to have to use your mx plus b thing. I have a b is 2, so I cross it 2. I have slope is 2 over 1, so I can go up 2 over 1, and get another dot. And you're going to come up with something like this. You're going to figure out how to do this, okay? So I'm just going to start looking at examples, and you guys should be able to figure it out from there. If not, you can ask me questions in class. Make sure you guys are writing these things down. Try to pause the video, give it a shot, see what you think first, and then let me explain it to you. Okay, here's our first example. We are trying to show y is greater than or equal to 3/4 x plus 1. In order to graph these lines, you're going to do the same thing as your y equals mx plus b, like I just talked about. M is still your slope, b is still your y-intercept, so we have slope, y-intercept. You're going to use these two things to graph. Don't forget, you put your y-intercept on your graph first. In this case, our y-intercept, or our b, is 1. Our slope is 3 over 4. So putting my y-intercept on my graph first, here is 1, so I start from there. Slope is rise over run. So I'm going to go up 3, up 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can put a dot there. Okay, you can do it again. You go up 3, over 4, and put a dot there. Okay, now, reading your inequality. This is the only part that I read. Y is greater than or equal to. Since it's or equal to, and I have this little line under the inequality, when I draw my line, I'm actually going to make a solid line, because I can choose those points along that line. Okay? Now it says y is greater than. Look at just your y-axis right there. If I have 1 on my y-axis is where I hit, 0 is less than, that is less than, 2 is greater than that point. So since 2 is greater on my y-axis and I want y is greater than or equal to, then I'm going to shade this whole entire side of the line so that y is greater than or equal to, I have everything above my line. And that's all you have to show me on this. Looking at another example, don't forget, when you're trying to work with these things, you have to have y by itself. So if it's not by itself, then we can like divide everything by 2 to get rid of that, so that I have a single y by itself. And then I'm left with y is greater than 3 over 2x minus 2. I have found my m. Slope is 3 over 2. My b is -2. Okay, so I can put those things on the graph. I have, don't forget to start off with your y-intercept first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Banana, banana. Okay, so there's my y-intercept. Slope is 3 over 2, so rise over run. So I'm going to go up 3, up 1, 2, 3, over 2, and I can put a dot. You can do it again if you want. Up 3, over 2, and there's another dot. Okay, so now that I have some line, or some points, I know how I can kind of draw my straight line. So I'm going to look just at my inequality. It says y is greater than, not equal to, nothing like that. So since I have just y is greater than, when I draw my line, let's see if I can get this right, then this is going to be a dashed line. Okay, in both directions to infinity. It is dashed because I cannot pick this. If I choose the point 0, -2, right at my y-intercept, if I pick 0, -2, I put in 0 for x, y is greater than 3 over 2 times 0, minus 2. Okay, well, oh, I forgot to put in -2 for y. I'm sorry. Y is -2, it's supposed to be. To check if that's a point. So this is 0. I have -2 is greater than -2. That is not true. because negative 2 is equal to negative 2, but it's not just greater than. So since I cannot pick this point, I cannot choose my entire line. Okay, so that's why we're going to do a dashed line there. Now looking at my inequality again, y is greater. So if I look on my y-axis, just going up and down right here, the things greater than are on this side. So since the things greater are on that side, I'm going to shade, when I find the shade, let's shade, create a pen. Okay, shade everything on this side of your y-axis, or of your line. Okay, so your graph would look somewhat like that. It'll be shaded above the line when y is greater. Okay, I'm going to look at one more example with this video. Because again, this is just like graphing your lines. You find your M, you find your B, you do your line. If it is greater than or less than, it is a dotted line. If it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it is a straight line. Okay, so just make sure you know this part right here. That's really the important stuff about this unit. And of course the shading, but you guys will get practice with the shading. It's just reading your variable and your inequality together. So for this example, I only have a y. So, what should I do here? I don't know what M is. I guess we kind of know what B is. But I only have a y. So since I only have a y, you are only going to cross your y-axis at 5. So at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to cross my axis right there. And it says y is less than, so I know with less than, I'm going to have a dotted line. Whoa, that's not very dotted. It's better. I'll erase a little bit of this. There we go. Dotted line, dashed line, however you want to say it. And again, if I have y is less than, then below is less than, so I'll shade everything below my y-axis. You can even draw a monkey in there if you want to. And a banana, because everybody needs a banana in their hands. Cool. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. I appreciate you always as watching, and have a wonderful evening.